Hello, hello. Hello, Christine.
Hello, Judi.
Hello, hello. Hello, Kizzy.
Hello.
Hello. Everybody all right this evening?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good.
Good.
I'm not on the face-to-face camera, am I? Hello, Caroline.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Caroline.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Oh, dear. This evening we're going to be doing the summer solstice.
Lovely.
Summer solstice. Oh, yeah, lovely. I know you like this weather, Judi, but please can we have some sun? Just a little bit.
Oh, sun we're allowed. Yeah, sun we're allowed.
I thought you were going to say we were going to do somersaults. I was getting worried there.
Yin somersaults, holding in the air for a bit and then a bit more.
Oh,
That's funny.
yeah.
Yes, no, we are allowed. We're allowed sunshine, so we'll just have to find the sunshine in our hearts, won't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And the cool weather is good for walking.
It's
Yes.
very good for walking.
Oh, it's good for walking, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
it's
good for my
excellent
old
walking.
dog as well, because she
Yeah.
really cannot cope with any heat at all now.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
So it's good for my old girl, who should be.
oh.
I don't know if you
Hello,
can
Tess.
you see her.
No, not quite.
No,
Oh.
she's just behind there, so I'll be able to listen to her snoring.
I don't know whether you can see Harvey. He's ready. He's doing downward dog.
Is Harvey ready? Is he?
You see it?
He's all fuzzy. We can't see him properly. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Harvey and Tess have known each other for a long, long time, and they've been best friends for a long, long time, haven't they, Kaz?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And now there's naughty little Sky in the bundle as well.
Harvey's Tessie's toy boy, isn't he?
Yeah. Kaz and I went out with the dogs this afternoon, and Sky's absolutely shattered. After tea, she always wants to play with the ball. And today she went, oh, no ball, no, I just need to go to bed.
Know the feeling.
That's Harvey's fault.
Yeah.
Harvey's went out, so
Oh, so it's going to be a select few this evening.
Okay.
With a couple of people not very well, actually.
Oh, dear.
I know.
Oh.
I know. It's not very nice, is it? So thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for doing it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely my pleasure. Right, let's get. Oh, hang on. So I've got some yoga bricks here. You don't have to have yoga bricks. You can have yoga blocks. You don't have to have yoga blocks. You can have some cushions. Something, just something to give you some height. You'll need height on your hands at one point. So put your hands on something at one point. Not all your body on your hands, just your hands onto something.
I missed that. I froze, so I don't know what you said.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I suddenly froze.
All right, we'll be doing a lunge. Yeah, we're doing a lunge at some point. So it's to bring your hands down onto those, and we're also doing a dangle, which is a yin forward fold. But I'll talk about that later. Otherwise, I have to repeat myself anyway.
Okay. Sorry. Yes.
So let's start lying down, and I'll pop you onto mute and all the rest of it. So lying down comfortably in a way that suits you. So if you'd like something underneath your knees, place it there. If you'd like to have your knees bent, you might take your feet to the outside edges of the mat and let your knees come towards each other for support. If neither of those are comfortable for your lower back, you're better with your legs outstretched. If that's the case, just let your toes relax out to the sides and have your arms in the place where they're going to feel supported. Just nestle down in the hips, in the back of the waist. Widen those shoulders on the ground, so just taking advantage of that surface underneath the shoulders to really let them go, really make them spacious. And your neck as well, let that be long, so you might just lift your head slightly, then bring it down with a long neck. Softening the face and having the eyes lightly closed. Just allowing yourself to just be. This time next week it will be summer solstice, which we all used to call midsummer, and it isn't at all, it's towards the beginning of the summer. But it's when the sun is at its strongest and brightest. The time when the spring energy has peaked and we pause before entering the time for ripening over the summer months when it's hotter and the sun is stronger. So in our practice this evening, we're just going to tap into that energy at this time of year and allow ourselves to pause. And even though it's grey and it's a little chilly and it's raining, we can find the summer within ourselves, the sun within. We can imagine the last 4 Junes that we've had when it's been absolutely baking. And find that sense of heat, that lovely vitamin D. That brings about the ripening. And I thought we'd open with a few words from The Great Gatsby by Scott Fitzgerald. And so with the sunshine and the great bursts of leaves growing on the trees, just as things grow in fast movies, I had that familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer. Now just for 2 or 3 minutes, being with your breath, being with the ground, being with that sense of summer in your heart. Staying as you are, but if you have your legs outstretched, bring them to that bent knee position with your feet on the ground, semi-supine. And then just taking your right knee and bringing it in towards the body and just catching hold either back of thigh or onto the shin. And we're just going to hold it there. So if you have got a blanket on, you could keep it on. Keep those shoulders relaxed and your face soft and spacious. And as you settle into this, you could keep that left leg bent or you could extend it. That makes it stronger on the lower back, so just feel into that. And as we let go in yin, can we let go internally as well? Can we let go of anything that no longer serves us? What can we let go in this period of leaving spring a couple of weeks ago and then just waiting now for the heat of the summer? Just another minute here. Now take a breath in. And with the breath out, bring the right foot to the ground. And if your left leg's extended, draw that left foot up. So you're back into semi-supine with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. Now we'll go to the other side. We'll bring that left knee in. Back of thigh or shin, holding it gently there. Just check your shoulders, your neck and your face. Make sure everything else is soft. Keep the right knee bent for the moment. And then if you feel comfortable, you can stay as you are. If you'd like a greater stretch, you can take that right leg along the mat, but just beware of that lower back. And come back to what can you let go of, what no longer serves you. Just another minute. Take a deep breath in, and with the breath out, bring the left foot to the ground, slide that right foot up to join it. And pause there for a moment. So our next movement is into banana asana. So let's take these legs along the mat. We're going to make the shape of a banana. Stretching out the left side first of all. So we take the right foot to the corner of the mat and then take the left foot over to join it. And then shuffle your shoulders over to the right, keeping your shoulders and your hips on the ground. And then you can take the arms overhead or out to the sides. If they're overhead, they're completely on the ground, and you could take hold of opposite elbows. You could take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And if you want a greater stretch, you could take the right foot over the left and just draw that left foot a little more to the right. And settling. So when we let go of things that no longer serve us, we make space. We make space for this ripening light, the ripening sun, the ripening time of the year. What do you envision the light ripening in you? What do you envision the light ripening in you? Another minute here. Now take a deeper breath in, and then with your breath out, shuffle everything back to the centre. If your arms are raised, bring them down and let them rest by the sides or onto the body, and then draw the feet up so they're into semi-supine. And you can stay like this for our resting period, or you can draw both knees in towards the chest. So either knees into chest or keeping the feet on the ground. But we just allow this period in between poses to absorb the practices. And then let's do that to the other side. So we're going to stretch the legs out along the mat. This time we're stretching down the right side, so you're going to shuffle both feet over to the left, shoulders over to the left, and then all of those choices that we had before. Arms out to the sides or overhead, shoulders on the ground, arms on the ground as well if they're overhead. You could catch hold of the right wrist with the left hand if you like, if they're overhead. And if you wish, you could take that left foot over the right ankle and just draw it a little further over so you get more of a stretch. And being with your breath and that ripening light in you. Another minute. And then taking a deeper breath in, and with your out breath shuffle back to the centre and spend a moment either in semi-supine or with the knees in towards the chest. Now we're going to roll over onto one side. So rolling over onto whichever side, doesn't matter where you've got space. Keep those knees tucked into the chest, or bring the knees into the chest. The top hand goes underneath the cheek, underneath the head. The bottom arm wraps around your rib cage. Then we're going to push into that top hand that's against the ground and gently lift ourselves up. Up we go, there we are. All right. I'll show you what we're going to do next. Going to go to a lunge. So knees, you might want to pop something underneath your knees, a blanket. I'm going to use my bricks here. It's going to be a square lunge, so don't do it just yet. I'll just show you and talk you through. I'm going to bring one foot forward, so you can have padding underneath that one. And then we're simply going to bring the hands down. You may have long arms and be quite comfortable with your hands on the ground. If I do that, it takes my knee further than my ankle, which puts too much strain on the knee, which I don't want. So I'm going to use blocks. You could use cushions or books or whatever you have to hand. And they can be as high as you like. They can be quite high. Okay, so let's go gathering. And just notice my legs as well, that they are square. We're not going to go into a great big stretchy runner's lunge. We're into a square one where we just build that bit of strength there. And did I say have your right foot forward first of all? No. So have your right foot forward first of all, so that we're all on the same page, as it were. Okay. So as we settle there, just take those shoulders away from the ears. We can just gently engage the left buttock. Don't lock your elbows out, so a little bit of softness there, and keep the face soft and the neck in line with the rest of the spine. And we're going to be here for less than 3 minutes now, but 3 minutes. And I'd like you just to come to your breath. And notice your breath, notice the rhythm of your breath. And if we think of the breath in terms of growth, energy and the time of the year, so imagine that breath bringing in clarity, inspiration and sense of purpose. that we can use together with that ripening light. One more minute. If you find this hard in your wrists and your hands, you can just take your weight off those arms. You might be pressing too hard into your arms. So then we're going to take a deeper breath in, and with the breath out, take your weight backwards and take your hips towards that heel, your left heel, so you might come onto your right heel. You can bring your hips back as far as you can comfortably, and if you can come onto that right heel, can you draw those toes towards you, get a really good stretch there. And then we'll bring ourselves back up, place your hands on the ground and slide back into a down dog. Or onto all fours if down dog isn't right for you, but this gives your legs a lovely stretch. We won't hold this for our full minute, we'll just hold it for another 15 seconds or so. Make sure your tummy's in and your shoulders are away from your ears. Lovely, and then we're going to release. So we're going to bring the knees down, padding underneath that right knee if you'd like it, replace your blocks if you've moved them, or whatever you're using, and then bring that left foot through. So again, just making sure you've got the square shape with your legs, so 2 right angles, or maybe 3 right angles, I don't know. And your knee over the ankle, and then as you're ready, just placing those hands down. Relax the shoulders, take them away from the ears. Just gently engage the right glute. You don't want to really wring it out, it's a long time to hold it. It's just a little engagement in that. And then come back to your breath. Try not to take all your weight into those hands as well, by the way. Come back to that breath, clarity, inspiration, sense of purpose, and the growth energy. So we've got another minute. going to take a deep breath in. And with the breath out, we're coming back. Bring that hip back if you can. Come onto the heel of the left if you can. Straighten it out as much as is available to you tonight. Drawing the toes towards you. And then we'll walk forward, bring the hands to the ground, slide that foot back, either into down dog or onto all fours. Now we're going to make our way to a forward fold. So just bring your hands and feet together, and then we're going to gently roll up so that we can come into the dangle properly. So you've probably got half my head chopped off because I've changed my camera, but that doesn't matter because we're going into a forward fold. So I'm just going to show you first of all a few options. So it's a dangle, it's really soft. What happens is you have your knees soft, your feet about 3 or 4 inches apart, and we take hold of opposite elbows and we just let the head dangles are all like soft and dangly. But you might not want to do that and hold that for two and a half minutes. So you could have a platform like so to come down onto, or even to bring your, that's not quite high enough for me, but bring your forearms onto. And then the other option, just take those off because I want to fall off, is, I've got a handy piano stool here, but is to come down. You could do this onto the side of a sofa or your bed if you're in a bedroom, and you can just bring your hands onto that instead. So lots and lots of options. So go scurry around and find the things that you want if you want that support. I'm not going to do this one with you, I'll just talk you into it. So you're just letting everything be soft. Let the knees be soft, take your hips, let those be soft, come down either onto a support or taking hold of opposite elbows. Let your head go, just allow it to be really heavy and just to release. So we're going to be here for about another 1 minute and 3/4, but you don't have to worry about that, that's my job. So releasing in this dangle, coming to your heart centre and find gratitude there. Gratitude for the growth of spring, gratitude for the summer months, the heat and the sun that will be coming. Well, maybe we can find gratitude for the the rain, the precipitation that is occurring at the moment. Find gratitude for the wheel of the year and this part of that wheel in your heart. Just another half a minute. Now let's take a deeper breath in. And with our out breath, we're going to bend the knees and bring the hands to the ground if you can, and then bring your knees down. And we're going to go straight into the next pose, which is going to be a child's pose. So you could place padding underneath the knees if you like, I haven't got my bolsters out. You could come down onto a pillow or a bolster or something in between the knees and let the body rest on there. You can have something underneath the head, or you can come to a good old child's pose. Knees together or apart, arms just in a comfortable place, down by the sides or in front of you or underneath the forehead. And connect with the earth here, connect with the ground. Connect with your breath. Find the gratitude again. Gratitude for the abundance, for the qualities of the season. Another minute here, so if you need to adjust your position, do. Now take a deeper breath in. And then with your breath out, we're going to bring ourselves to lying on our tummies. Just make your way along the mat. Take your hands, place one on top of the other, place your forehead on top of those hands, let the neck be long, let the heels just relax out to the sides, find that contact with the ground. Going to move into Sphinx pose, so let's take a breath in, and then with the breath out just gently lift yourselves up, and you can come onto your forearms, but if you want to come and be a bit more supported, you could bring something underneath the upper body rather than holding your weight on your forearms for the next couple of minutes. It'll be 2 minutes. If you're onto your forearms, then they are parallel to each other and they're not sticking out to the side, so we're not collapsing. They're just underneath the shoulders. And then we relax the lower body. Keep the heart centre open and the shoulders down, and your gaze is steady in front. You're not lifting up and squashing your neck. You're keeping that long. And then we're going to bring the focus to that area of the body that's just above the navel and below the diaphragm. So to Manipura, whose symbol is the sunshine, the sun, bright yellow, can we bring that into our mind's eye? Find the heat and the fire at Manipura in our inner engine house. And have a sense of that beautiful sunshine, that heat, pervading throughout our being, throughout the physical body, throughout your energetic body. We know it brings us vitamin D and good vibes, so let's feel that throughout our being. Just another half minute. And then we'll take a deeper breath in, and with your breath out, sink back down to the ground and let yourself go. If you prefer to go to child's pose, please do. Otherwise, just stay in prone for the next minute. So take a deep breath in, and then with the breath out, just gently lifting yourself upright. So we're going to do a twist, and just a regular twist. So from lying on our backs in semi-supine, have any props that you need. So if you know that you prefer something between your knees as you go into a twist, and maybe something to land your knees on, we'll be going over to the left to begin with. So you could have a landing pad on the left side if you wish, and a blanket or a cushion in between those knees. Or you may be happy without any props. Just find what works for you there. We'll start off in semi-supine and then take a breath in, and with the breath out going over to the left. Keep the shoulders grounded, the arms in a comfortable place, little space at the armpits or out to the sides. You could turn the head if you wish to the opposite side that the knees are going. And then just as we were imagining the sun at the seat of Manipura chakra, and then those qualities of the sun pervading our being, let's keep that. And I'm going to read just a few words from Maud Hart Lovelace. And as I look beyond you and beyond the camera, I can see a rose bush covered in pink roses. So it was June and the world smelled of roses. The sunshine was like powdered gold over the grassy hillside. Hold that image. The world smelled of roses, and the sunshine was like powdered gold over the grassy hillside. One more minute. If your head's turned to one side, bring the nose back to centre. Take a breath in, and then with the breath out, lift those knees, maybe one at a time, to the centre. And then either rest like that for the next half a minute or so, or gather the knees into the chest. And then let's bring the feet back to the ground. This time, of course, we're going over to the right, so use any padding that you need and change the landing pad over if you're using one. And then as you're ready, with your out breath, going over to the side. And once you've settled, you've let those shoulders settle. If you want to turn the head to look down the opposite way, you can. And these are words that are found by somebody called John Lubbock. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass on a summer day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky is hardly a waste of time. Can you imagine yourself lying on the grass, dry, warm grass on a summer day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky? One more minute. So if your head's turned to one side, bring the nose to centre. Then take a breath in, and with the breath out, lift the knees, maybe one at a time, back to the centre, and either just resting in semi-supine or with the knees in towards the chest. We're going to roll over onto one side, the opposite side to before, if A, you've got space, and B, you can remember which side you rolled over onto. And as you roll over, have your knees tucked in towards your chest, the top hand underneath the cheek, and the bottom arm wraps around the rib cage. In a moment, we're going to come up and organise ourselves then for relaxation. However, if you are super comfortable like this, you could stay like this rather than coming up and rearranging yourself. So you take that choice. If you want to rearrange yourself, then make your way up so that you can gather the things that you need. Otherwise, if you're really comfy there, why don't you stay there? So for relaxation, as ever, you choose where you'd like to be. If you'd like your legs raised up, you can have your legs raised up. If you like a bolster or something underneath the knees, if you're lying on your back, then you could do that. It's an option. You can lie on one side, you can lie on your tummy. It's completely up to you. Just wherever you're going to be most comfortable. If you're lying on your back, then you may like to have an eye pillow on. If you've got a sandbag or a heavy cushion, you may like to place that onto the body underneath the navel. Just softening your face again, releasing the arms, releasing your shoulders, your hips, your lower back. And perhaps imagining then the sun's rays on your body, bringing warmth and vitality and energy, revitalizing. That ripening light. What do you envision the light ripening in you? Bringing whatever that is in abundance. And I found a poem to read to you by somebody called Andrea Dietrich, who posts on a website called poetrysoup.com. Sweet summer comes in June, and I will be underneath the sun, for I'm awaiting midsummer dreams and my own chance to see magical small beings out creating enchantment at the setting of the sun. Radiance can catch a wee fairy's eye, so stones in a circle could attract one. Objects shiny too might make one less shy. Longer is this day, so before the night, sugared fruits I'll put out too, then await the fairies and stay awake till daylight in case one comes. Wouldn't that be great? Come dawn, I'll watch sun climb high and higher eastward, and there I'll see the sky catch fire. I'm just gently starting to externalize, noticing the ground beneath you, noticing the sounds in your space. You may like to just move your lips, the tips of your toes, run the tip of a thumb across tips of fingers. And if you have a sandbag or something on your tummy, just gently moving that to one side. And then gently roll over onto one side if that's a comfortable thing to do. Now, as you're ready, very gently make your way to upright. Keep those eyes softly closed. And then either covering them or rubbing those hands together briskly, creating some warmth. And then if you cupping them over the eyes, just having a moment with the eyes closed into that warm dark space. And then gently opening them. Let the light filter through. And bring your hands down to the heart space. Om Shanti. Oh. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it brought some sunshine into your
Yes,
hearts. Anyway.
thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Judi. That was lovely.
It was
Thank
lovely,
you.
thank you.
Right.
Thanks, bye.
Lovely to see you all. Take care. See you
Thank you,
soon.
See you
bye.
then. Bye bye.